Vietnam joined the United Nations more than 40 years ago. The cooperation between Vietnam and the UN has become a role model of cooperation between the UN and its members, while attesting to the role of the UN in promoting international cooperation in socio-economic, culture, and humanity affairs.
Vietnam has made active contributions to the three pillars of the UN, namely security, development, and human rights protection. The country has joined important UN bodies such as the UN Security Council, the UN Department of Socio-Economic Affairs, and the UN Office of Legal Affairs. Notably, Vietnam has recently been nominated to join the UN Security Council.
The contribution to the UN has been very significant for 40 years in so many different areas as he described. But the Security Council participation in 2008, very significant. And working now in the SDGs, very significant.
Vietnam has worked well in terms of calling for funds from UN development organizations while participating in the organizations. Piloting the One UN initiative is one Vietnamese effort that has been praised by sponsorship partners.
Vietnam's contribution to the UN has been enormous. For the last 40 years, I think you didn't only wait for you to reconstruct Vietnam, but you saw yourself as a member of the international community, and then you wanted to play a very positive role.
In the next 5 years, the United Nations will continue providing support for Vietnam to implement the Sustainable Development Goals, ensuring adaptation to climate change and sustainable environment development, and promoting prosperity and partnership.
The role of multilateral mechanisms and organizations such as the United Nations is becoming more important. The small and medium nations like Vietnam need to attach bigger significance to the multilateral forums than ever before.
The fruitful cooperation between Vietnam and the UN over the past 40 years has become a role model for the cooperation between the UN and its members, contributing to the bilateral cooperation, facilitating Vietnam's industrialization and modernization while enhancing the role of the UN.